bumpers all messed up. All right, welcome to another evening of iRacing, Lemon's iRacing. This is our Sunday night regular event. Highly irregular as we are at Monza in Italy, which is pretty crazy. We'll get into the whole layout of the event shortly. I'm Eric Root, Everything Bagel at 24 Hours of Lemons. Thank you for wasting your Sunday evening with us. Joining me, as always, is my producer, Ryan Bauer, a.k.a. The Bearded Sim Racer. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing great, Eric. I hope you're having a good evening. I'm excited to see the amount of yeeting that we're going to see tonight with these 87 cars. This historic yeeting we'll see tonight.
High-speed yeeting. We'll get
Absolutely.
to the whys and wheres.
Any track where you have the tank stoppers going down the middle of the track, separating the straightaway into two different layouts, you know you're going to have a good time.
Definitely. Also joining us this evening is Christian Mental Ward from Three Pedal Mafia and the Everyone Racers podcast. How you doing, Mental?
I'm also looking forward to the yeeting. I'm wondering what's Italian for yeet. You know, yeety. Yeah. So yeah, this is let's export a little freedom to these socialist spaghetti eaters.
That's right. The yeet. She is like when you have the sausage in the There's some fake Italian for you.
Wonderful. I didn't realize
The
that was
proper
fake.
yeet is like bringing large American woman to climax. Yeah, okay, it's all right. That's why they bring the 87s. It's okay.
And I can fix your plumbing. Be okay.
Rescue your princess. It's all good.
Something
We're
about
off to a great start.
We received a call, something about empty pipes.
Yes. Oh boy. So yeah, as you may notice from the track map in the top right corner, this is the historic Monza layout with the giant right-hand oval that feeds into the Grand Prix course. With the 87 NASCARs that we're running, we figured it would be hilarious to get them up to terminal velocity and then have to brake for the first chicane of the Grand Prix course. So that's going to be pretty great.
Yeah, how could you go wrong with that?
Yeah, we should ride on board with William Niemeyer here as he, think, it's going to take us a while to get used to which part of the track goes where.
This is going to be oval Yeah, this will be oval because when the road course comes back on the other side, there's like a chicane before the straightaway or after the straight. Yeah, here we go. Hey, how about that?
Perfect.
Now he doesn't have to brake here because it's banked, and but it's against everything in that 87's DNA to go high-speed banking to the right.
To the right, that's right.
That is true.
This is basically head spinning around, spitting up pea soup, floating 4 feet above the bed. Turn right. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And the straightaways are 5/8 of a mile here. So there's as you can see, William Niemeyer doing 190.
Wow, that solstice
is basically stopped. And also he's running a little low on the ride height. And so
I do think the car, and I hate to get all technical and serious about this, I do think the folks that know how to do this car setup are going to have a distinct advantage.
Well, yeah. Here's the braking zone. You notice he started braking before any of the brake markers.
Oh, I about had a hello, how you doing from the MX-5 there.
Wow, he outbraked an MX-5. That's just an MX-5 failure.
That's true.
Yeah. Screw this, I'm not turning.
Maybe it's faster to take the shortcut chicane there with the barrier.
Yeah, just take the gotta give up this much time. I'm in a Miata. I'm already giving up that much time.
You go, Max Lupfer hitting 200.
Going full bill right now.
That's right.
Hell yes.
Mad Dog 2020, of course, bringing you this broadcast along with a cat on a Roomba in a shark suit. Those are kind of our two icons. People talking about Mr. Regular and Judge Phil. I believe Phil will be back next week while I am away on vacation. and I will see if I can get Brian to join us from Regular Car Reviews. I have his information. I invited him on the Lemons Rally a few years ago, so still in contact with him. Whether or not he wants to do this or cares enough, that's another question. But
I've also met the pair of them, and it's not, he's no ego. It's he's not a jerk, but his world takes a lot of time, and he actually talked about that is, you know, to make one of his weekly videos, you're looking at, you know, 30-40 hours of editing, and they're trying to move into the realm of actual broadcast television, where he's like, yeah, so you can just quadruple that number and how much footage you have to edit that all out.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see if we can get him. If we can get him for like 15 minutes, we're doing pretty well.
Exactly.
I know his time is valuable. If you haven't done any freelancing for a living, you don't quite understand what time is money means.
Yes, absolutely. So if he's not here, it's not because we don't want him, and it's not because he's not cool enough to do it. It's because he has rent and he likes food.
That's right. Both very important.
True story. Yeah. Good old freelance lifestyle. It's like Stephen Wood. I think we haven't seen Stephen Wood in a few weeks. So good to see him back in the ye old Class B Miata. The classes tonight are the 87 NASCARs in the, I don't know what you want to call that class, super amazing mega class. Doesn't really have a name. And then A is the street stock Camaro and Mustang FR500. Class B is the Jetta and the Global MX-5 Cup, and Class C is just Solstice tonight. So
Slow Sty.
That's right.
Yeah. So I dug it up. It was a car and driver. Let me see if I can put this into chat and not screw it up, or I might just have to send it straight to Ryan.
Hey, go for it.
But so I to the annoyance of my father, I was a huge. I had a subscription to all of the car magazines. Automobile magazine had just started. Car and Driver and Road and Track were actually two separate publications as opposed to now. And believe it or not, they would go an entire year, and neither one of them would publish a headline that said something like "Mustang asked Camaro to step outside." So it was actually just great automotive journalism. And my dad hated that I had all of these magazines because my dad was a car salesman. So of course he hated cars.
That is awesome right there.
Oh yes, it's the Thunderbird with the Dale's dash.
Yeah, sorry, I'll get it on the screen here shortly. What's on the screen's great too, but
oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, the text.
No, yeah, that's
so
awesome.
So I remember reading that article and being a high school elitist who clearly knew everything about cars. I thought, no way that this dumb Folgers NASCAR is going to be able to keep up with this Porsche. And as the article goes, not only did the NASCAR punish that 962, but then when they realized they just kind of were in a mentality, they're like, oh, wait a minute, we're not adhering to NASCAR rules. And they got off the tape and they taped everything and they made some adjustments to that car, to that Chevy stock car, and it ran 240 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I think of the article, it might be even more than that.
There's a look at the cover of what we're talking about right now. That's amazing.
Absolutely. It was, and just, it was what they were designed to do. So nerdiness aside, these 87s are going to be impressive on this Monza oval.
Damn straight.
Oh, it's all about the straight in this one.
That's right.
As you see, literally, the Bill Elliott Thunderbird just yeet right into the fence after going past that Jetta like it was going backwards.
I don't remember. I used to know the names of the chicanes at Monza, but I don't care that much about these kinds of things anymore. So
there you go.
So one of them is called Lesmo, I think. It's one of the back ones.
Nice.
I don't know the other one.
And we were talking before the broadcast started. My only knowledge of the Monza Oval is from the 1969 classic Grand Prix starring James Garner.
Great movie.
Yes. And in case, and I think I already know the answer to this, but on the odd chance that anyone listening to this podcast doesn't know that that was one of John Frankenheimer's first movies, and it's brilliant. But if you go back and look at the records of the races in 1968 and 69, you will see asterisks next to certain cars, and it will say car number 4, but was painted number 5 to coincide with filming of the movie Grand Prix, because they followed around the Formula One circuit for a year and a half to get some of this footage.
Lady Aubernon pointing out the correct names of the chicane. Pepperoni chicane, the lasagna chicane, and the spaghetti chicane.
No, that's
Cizalex has this spicy meatball there. Yep.
Well, Olive Garden, a Soprano license plate. That's nice. Well done.
Every single, yep, there's it's a spicy meatball. Nailed every single
and of
one.
course, Sinatra's mugshot, because, Frankie got a little lippy with the boys.
Yep. And the Italian beef below Frank Sinatra there is the Chicago staple. TDI Soar Racing being Chicago guys, so
nice.
Love for that.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't done, or there's not a Piemonte's on there somewhere.
Piemonte's, is that the place in Pittsburgh?
No. I'm sorry. What's the hot dog place all over Chicago? That I went there. It's great.
Portillo's. Yeah.
Thank you, Portillo's. Yeah. Portillo's.
Indeed.
Wow. So this is even a Mustang just rolling up on a Jetta.
Yeah.
Man,
great.
As the 87 flies by.
That hole right there, that is the definition of speed creep. That Jet is probably cooking along about 105, 110. The Mustang, like he's going backwards. And as the Mustang is passing him, an 87 goes by like the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Only to look at the crap racing livery here. I know they were disappointed that the Mustang wasn't available last week because they made some kind of.
There's some White Claw up on that.
Go.
No. Okay. Wow. They did put some time into this one.
This is going to be impressive because not only does he have the bribe stencil from the Autobahn,
Nice.
but a lot of rules are not going to apply to this car because, as everyone knows, there ain't no law.
Joliet Jake. That's what I'm talking about. Nice.
Yeah, so Autobahn Country Club is in Joliet.
Yes. So I used to RC race at Leisure Hours, which is right down the road from Autobahn.
Oh,
so
yeah. Everything on the back of this car is lovely.
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute. Who's the bribe stencil?
That's Iggy Pop from Ginger.
Oh,
Yep.
wonderful.
Nice.
Oh,
There's some
you
good,
got
all
the
kinds of
bribe
love on this
stencils.
car.
Yeah.
Well done, Eric. Not that bit where you just went into the grass. That was crappy. But the rest of it, this is excellent.
That's what she said. Nice. How
He
appropriate.
acknowledges on the roof of the car that in fact there is no law with the claw.
Oh man.
Right. Especially in Wisconsin.
That's right.
Yes.
You got to be tubing,
well done.
drinking the White Claws.
It's not a.
Oh no. Their internet just crap out. Yep. Woohoo!
Cat on a Roomba. That's how we know when the internet
Oh, hey,
freezes.
cool.